starts now.
The One to Watch. This is 16 WAPT News, live at 8.
Good morning, everyone, on this Saturday. It's August 27th. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll get to your headlines in a second. First, though, let's take a live look outside. This one from our South Jackson Sky Cam. And Adam, this makes me so happy. Look at that sunshine.
I know it's out, it's bright, a lot of blue sky out there, and that'll be the case for most areas today, although we will see the chance of maybe a stray thunderstorm later on this afternoon. Let's get right to it right now. Here's a live look at the reservoir. Beautiful skies out there, so a great day to get on the reservoir, although those real fill numbers later on today will be near 100 degrees. Right now in Jackson, 76 degrees, humidity 85%, the wind northeast at around 3 miles an hour. By lunchtime, those numbers will be into the lower 90s. 70s area-wide, 77 for Vicksburg, 73 for Natchez, 77 degrees in Macomb, 78 along the Gulf Coast. And we're watching some scattered showers along the coast of Louisiana, actually some heavy rainfall moving onshore. That will stay away from our area, high pressure in control of our weather. But like I said, there could be a few scattered storms later on today. But if you're heading to the beaches, there could be more in the way of scattered showers and storms. All right, we are watching the tropics this morning. Here's our tropical wave, Invest 99L, still unorganized and weak this week, and I don't think it will develop much, but as it heads into the Gulf of Mexico by Monday, conditions will be a little bit more favorable, so we could see it develop into something a little bit more. Again, we'll be watching it all week long, and we'll have much more on it later on in the full weathercast. All right, here's the forecast for today. 95 degrees. By noon, temperatures in the lower 90s, and by 3 o'clock, those real fills near 100. We'll have the rest of the weekend forecast and that look at the tropics coming up in a few minutes.
Breaking news this morning, a Kosciuszko man is in jail accused of killing 2 nuns in their Durant home. 46-year-old Rodney Earl Sanders is charged with 2 counts of capital murder. According to the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Sanders became a person of interest early in the investigation. He was charged after a lengthy interview with detectives Friday night. Sanders is being held in an undisclosed jail waiting for his initial court appearance. We went to Holmes County, where the community is struggling to come to grips with the loss of the 2 sisters.
An employee from the clinic who went to check on them because they didn't go to work that day.
The town of Durant shocked after news that someone stabbed and killed 2 nuns in their own house on Castilian Springs Road.
I said, who? Which one? And then she said, those sisters. I said, the sisters? The nuns? She said, yeah. I said, no. Who want to kill them? They don't know about it. I said, are you serious?
Sister Margaret Held and Sister Paula Merrill both worked at the Lexington Medical Clinic on a mission to provide health care for the poor. Was there a robbery other than the car?
No comment.
Police say this violent crime is something the small town of Durant hasn't seen in years.
Is this the first murder of the year? First in how many years?
I'm going to approximate maybe 2 to 3 years for us here. Double homicide, I can't recall anything recorded in the double homicide ever.
Detectives found one of the nuns' cars abandoned less than a mile from the crime scene.
And it was found actually here in the city of Durant.
So whoever the suspect is didn't get far?
No, they didn't.
The father here at St. Thomas Catholic Church says Sister Margaret and Sister Paula were pivotal parts of the congregation.
This is a small community to begin with because Catholics are a minority here. So with these 2 wonderful women and all the talents that they had and the treasure that they had of sharing of themselves, there'll be a huge void.
A small memorial already starting at the clinic where they worked. Their church members and other sisters are now planning a funeral for 2 of their own.
We have evil in the world, and sadly, some victims of that evil are some of the most innocent people, and that's the tragedy that we're experiencing right now.
The murder of these sisters is making national news.
And now to a community in shock at this hour after 2 beloved nuns known for their work in the community were found murdered. Their car discovered nearby. There is now a manhunt in that Mississippi town.
Funeral arrangements are set for Sister Margaret Held and Paula Merrill. Family and friends are holding a wake for them this Sunday at 5:30 at St. Thomas Church in Lexington. The memorial is Monday at the Cathedral of St. Peter the Apostle in Jackson at 10 a.m. Bishop Kopacz will oversee that service. One city councilman wants the mayor to step down if sexual harassment claims in a lawsuit are true. As 16 WAPT's Ross Adams reports, City Hall is gearing up for a legal battle.
A sex-filled harassment lawsuit claims Mayor Tony Yarber had numerous sexual relationships, made inappropriate sexual comments, and even met with strippers in the presence of city workers. Kimberly Bracey, the mayor's former executive assistant, sued Yarber, claiming he forced her to have sex with him to keep her job. She also claims he told her to ask other women to have sex with him as well.
Well, these are very serious charges.
Ashby Foote is a councilman. He says if these accusations are true, the mayor should resign.
I think the mayor should step down so the city can focus on the important budget issues we faced, right now.
The lawsuit claims the city attorney had been pursuing a relationship with the mayor. The mayor's chief of staff went to the New Orleans strip club but didn't go inside, and that the mayor's bodyguard, Torrance Mayfield and Bracey, both watched the door at the strip club while the mayor spent time alone inside with a stripper.
I feel sorry for the mayor. I feel sorry for his family and his supporters.
City Council will hold a special meeting Tuesday morning to discuss the lawsuit and consider their options in what's likely to be a costly legal battle. Reporting from City Hall, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Authorities are asking alligator hunters to be on the lookout for the body of a truck driver who fell into the Mississippi River. Michael Collins was loading his dump truck Tuesday when it slipped backwards into the water with him in it. Divers recovered his truck, but still no sign of Collins. Last night, students at Pearl High School remembered a classmate killed in a car crash. 17-year-old Tyler Poirier died Thursday when he lost control of his truck just a mile from the school. Friends released balloons in his memory before Friday night's football game. New overnight, the cousin of former Miami Heat star Dwayne Wade was shot and killed in Chicago. Police say 32-year-old Nikia Aldridge was walking home from registering her children for school yesterday when two men started shooting. Investigators say Aldridge was an innocent bystander and not the intended target. Two people are being questioned by the police. The shooting comes just less than 24 hours after Wade joined ESPN for a roundtable discussion on gun violence in his hometown. And Commitment 2016 this morning, Donald Trump focusing on a crucial battleground state this morning after a week in which he and Hillary Clinton traded accusations of racism. ABC's David Wright is in Des Moines with the story.
This week, eager to win over Latino voters, Donald Trump evolved on his signature issue.
People don't know how well we're doing with the Hispanics, the Latinos. We're doing so well.
Gone are the days when he talked about summarily deporting 11 million undocumented immigrants.
But we got some real bad ones, and they're out of here. Your head will spin.
This week, his changing positions on that issue might make your head spin.
There certainly can be a softening because we're not looking to hurt people.
First suggesting he'd soften his position on the mass deportations, then on CNN.
Well, I don't think it's a softening. I think it's...
But 11 million people are no longer going to be deported.
I've had people say it's a hardening.
Trump's schedule, too, was a moving target. First, touting a major speech in Phoenix, then abruptly canceling the Phoenix appearance. Then Trump tweets that the event is still on, but changing the venue to a much larger one. But in the end, the event was off. No explanation given. Clinton has used the immigration issue to call Trump out as a racist, also calling him out for the questions he's raised about President Obama's birth.
He promoted the racist lie that President Obama is not really an American citizen.
But her campaign was the first to raise that issue back in 2007, when her then campaign manager proposed targeting Obama's lack of American roots. As the Trump campaign repeatedly questions Hillary Clinton's physical and mental health, the billionaire's doctor is standing by his glowing prediction that Trump would be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency.
His health is excellent, particularly his mental health. He thinks he's the best, which it works out just fine.
And of course, for all of your Commitment 2016 coverage, stay with WAPT. You can go to our website or our mobile app for the latest. Flowood police arrested a man and a woman driving a stolen car filled with drugs and 3 children inside. Officers say Allison Eads and Ted Sipes are from Texas. They pulled them over on Lakeland Drive and found drugs, documents for stolen identities, and Eads' 3 children, one just 7 months old. Those kids are now in DHS custody. Jackson police seized more than $12,000 in a drug raid on Shiloh Drive Thursday night. Police arrested 33-year-old Sean Owens on several felony drug charges and a stolen weapon charge. Investigators say they received a tip through Crime Stoppers about drug activity on Shiloh Road. Madison police are looking for a person of interest in a liquor store robbery. They're looking for this man you see right there in that surveillance. Officers say they would like to talk to him about an armed robbery at the Terra Nova Wine and Spirit store. Now, he is only wanted for questioning, but if you do recognize him, please call Madison Police. Stores are expecting big sales for the gun tax holiday this weekend, but it's not just guns. If you're shopping for ammo, guns, or hunting gear, you don't have to pay taxes this weekend. The manager of one store told us last year they had a 75% increase in sales during the gun tax holiday weekend.
This will be our biggest day of the year, the biggest weekend of the year anyway. This weekend for us will be as good or better than our Black Fridays will be.
If you save $1, that's good. And all your hunting equipment and stuff is kind of expensive, and so anyway, it's a good thing to do.
The tax-free holiday weekend lasts through Sunday. 8:11 is our time now. How are we looking outside, Adam?
All right, yeah, hot and humid as we head through the afternoon, but a chance of maybe a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Here's a look at the weather maps right now. We're advancing through time, and you can see as we head towards the afternoon, a few scattered thunderstorms around the area. They'll be lasting on and off through the afternoon, so don't be surprised if you do see one, but I think most areas will remain dry. It's going to be hot, too. Those real feel numbers will be approaching 100 degrees. Here's the forecast for today. 95, real feels near 100. A touch less humid, especially in eastern Mississippi. Northeast wind 5 to 10. Then for tonight, 72 degrees, mainly clear, a muggy night with those east winds at around 5 miles an hour. Much more on your weekend forecast and the tropics coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Adam. Well, parts of Vicksburg under a boil water alert. This notice affects about 30,000 customers who get their water from the Jeff Davis Water District. The water system lost pressure. That's what caused this alert. Ahead, we're continuing to follow breaking news. Police say they have arrested a man in connection to the nun slaying in Holmes County. More details after the break. You're watching 16 WAPT News.